Sinners has dropped in theaters, so let's talk about it.
We back now.
You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
After twin brothers returned to their hometown in Mississippi in 1932, they start inviting people to their big event party, and then vampires start invading, so they have to try and survive and make it until the sunrise. This is directed by Ryan Coogler, and it's starring Michael B. Jordan, who's playing twins, and Haley Steinfeld. So, without further ado, let's get to the review. Please let me know, did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Did you love it? Please let me know what you thought of Sinners in the comments. Also, all the reviews I do are spoilers, so if you're not okay with spoilers, go watch the movie, then come back and watch this video. Also, I have a lot of content on my channel. Check those out once this video is done. We're kicking out things with the positives. Now, quickly before we get started with today's video, probably wondering, there is something new here in my movie setup. It is this sick gladiator helmet. It's because my birthday was like a week and a half ago or something, and yeah, I got this really cool gladiator helmet along with some Blu-rays I have in my drawer here. That will be another video that I'll do probably later this year where I showcase all my Blu-rays. But anyway, very cool helmet. I tried it on, and yeah, this is like my favorite thing I own. I just love this really cool Gladiator helmet. I wish I got it before Gladiator 2 came out last year in November. They would have more of a relevance, and I could actually, I think it'd be, I'm not gonna wear it, but I would have wore it if, for the Gladiator 2 review. But anyway, let's stop talking about Gladiator. So that's that. Sinners. This was one of my most anticipated films of the year. I was just so freaking hyped for this film, and mainly because it's a vampire horror film. Vampires probably like one of my favorite horror characters. Like, I love them way better than mummies or werewolves or zombies. I mean, zombies are still up there, but werewolves, get out of here. Mummies, get out of here. But vampires, I always found them so interesting, so cool, creepy. Love them. So obviously, a new vampire horror film, a new Western vampire horror film. Yes, please. It's directed by Ryan Coogler, who, yeah, this man, great director. He did both the Black Panther films, which I think are both great movies. He did the first Creed, and he did Fruitville Station. I think that's what it's called. I have not seen that yet. I will probably eventually. It's on my radar, but I'll get to it at some point. But anyway, 100% cut to the chase. This is a great movie, and this is probably his best film. Unless Fruitville Station is somewhat better than, I don't know. But out of Creed and the two Black Panther films, Sinners is best film yet. And yeah, and the cast, we got Michael B. Jordan playing twins in here, so it's kind of like the same scenario as Mickey 17, where Robert Pattinson is playing two people, but it is different because he's playing like these two people with different emotions. You got like this scared, embarrassed, nervous kind of guy, and then there's like one angry, violent guy. Here, Michael B. Jordan is playing the twins, and like they're different. There's one that's like a jokester, and he's yeah, he just likes joking around. He's not serious, and he just wants to have fun. And then the other one who's like very serious. He's very protective over his brother and his cousin, and he's kind of like the violent one. So, there's that. And also, this was my most anticipated horror film of the year. Like, I never did a video of like ranking like my top 10 most anticipated films of the year. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I just didn't. It's kind of weird. But yeah, trust me, guys, on that list, Sinners is top 5, man. Most anticipated horror film of the year. Like, really, man, not much competition. I'm not a huge horror guy, but this is just something that would be on my radar. But yeah. Anyway, this film is getting so much hype. I should have chose this for my birthday movie, because I chose The Amateur. I could have saw this in like freaking IMAX, but then I chose not to. Just like I was thinking about it, but then I was like, I was really in the mood for action. I thought The Amateur actually looked really good. And yeah, it was just a movie that, yeah, it was good, but it was really disappointing. And it's just, I never did a review for it. Go check my short of me talking about it. I never did a video on it. I'll talk more when I rank all the films I saw in April, but it was just like a kind of film. Disappointing. So anyway, it wasn't worth doing a review for. Now, anyway, back to Sinners. I don't know why I keep going off track with other movies. This film I should have saw for my birthday, obviously, and there's a lot of hype surrounding this. People are saying it's the best of the year, which that really isn't like much hype. But then people are going on to say it's one of the best of the decade, and it's one of the best horror films ever created. Whoa, that is a lot there. And it did like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's crazy. Did well at the box office for its opening weekend. Made like 60 million. Holy, this is a lot of stuff surrounding this movie. And I'm safe to say, this film, like, everybody was right about this film. Honestly, like, I'm saying it right now. Yes, it's my favorite movie of the year. I've only seen like 13 films. If you want to know, the movie that was in the #1 spot before was The Gorge, which came out in February. I gave that like a 7.5 out of 10. It was a really good movie, but like, it's not great or anything. Nothing special. Then the Sinners comes in, kicks everyone's butt. Yeah, so yeah, it's my favorite film of the year. One of the best of the decade. One of my favorite horror films. Now, anyway, let's actually get talking about these positives, because yeah, I have a lot. So the film basically like kicks off with someone telling the story about music and stuff, and then yeah, cool stuff there. I already told you guys about the performances. I thought Michael B. Jordan was great here. Haley Steinfeld, she was also really, really good in this movie. I think that she should have had like maybe a larger role. She actually wasn't in here much, and she was like one of the main people that was supposed to be in this. The guy who plays the cousin, he did a great job. I think he's actually been introduced. Like, Sinners is his first movie. He needs to be in a lot more movies because this guy was great. He has a great singing voice. Great in this movie. The entire cast was great. Now, I think one of the best, other than Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld and the guy who played the cousin, I think the guy who played the main vampire was incredible. He did an amazing performance in this movie as the main vampire. Like, holy, he like gave me the chills. Like, all his lines, awesome. His like kills and stuff, incredible. And like, just the person who played him, just his acting was so freaking good. And like, he probably has like one of the best performances of the year, if not the best, because this guy was just so good in this film. Like, maybe Michael B. Jordan was a little bit better because he played twins and they're both awesome, but still, it was he did a really good performance. So, but anyway, performances out of the side. Again, I can't say this enough. This is an awesome film. The vampire action. Now, the film does take a while to like kick you into the vampire stuff. I was expecting within the first 30 minutes of the film we get some vampires. That does not happen at all. That's one of my negatives, kind of. But yeah, doesn't happen at all there. But like, yeah, it's just like the first hour of the film is just setting up his party, where they're going around like recruiting people to go to their party. So you meet some cool characters, and they're just talking about the party, stuff like that. So it's just chill. It's just a chill movie for like the first hour. Then we finally get to see the main vampire for the first time. He goes like to these two people's house because like the sun is up and he's getting burnt. Goes there, tricks them, then he starts turning them into vampires, and then they go to the party. Yeah, really really cool stuff. Loved the vampires in this film. Like this movie makes like Ryan Coogler makes these vampires look freaking scary. Holy like man, oh yeah, they're pretty scary. And like that opening scene is so good, where the cousin just walks into the church with a scratched up face, and it like keeps having like these flashbacks. Are actually kind of jump scaring me because like the music was so loud there and all that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then like there's some kind of not really emotional parts, but like we get some character deaths like pretty quick. I was expecting like the party to go on for like maybe another 40 minutes and then the vampires come. No, they get right in there, start getting people. I thought Haley Steinfeld would have like more like that's one of my kind of negatives. So I guess I'll talk about it later. But yeah, she got turned into a vampire pretty quick. Yeah. So and that action sequence at the end where yes, Smoke, who is the more serious one, who he doesn't turn into a vampire, but his brother, I think Stack. I'm pretty sure it's Stack. He does because like Haley Steinfeld, who gets turned into a vampire like pretty quick, because the people come and they don't want to leave, then they make her go out there because she's white, and she's the only white person in the party. So then they make her go out and talk to them. And then yeah, they turn her into a vampire. She comes back, and then like yeah, she turns Stack into a vampire when they go have some fun, if you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. But yeah, go in privacy, and then she turns him into a vampire. So that happens. There's this like big dude who watches the door. He goes to take a leak. He's turned into a vampire. So people are getting turned into vampires pretty quick. And then they like kind of make a dumb decision where they like get everybody or like all the randos out and make them leave. And they all turn into vampires. Kind of a not smart decision, but hey, really good stuff. Now, when it ends, after the party is over, and basically everyone's turned into a vampire, so basically, yeah, they're like deciding how are they gonna do this because the vampires are like all singing around, and yeah, quick pause here. This soundtrack in the film is a banger. I'm telling you, the soundtrack in this movie is unbelievable. I want to download that soundtrack right now. I'm about to look it up once I finish this video. I'm looking it up and finding out what the soundtrack is because the soundtrack is just a banger. Like half of the songs are so freaking good. Some of them are really creepy, and some of them are just absolute bangers. And most of them is because the cousin, he just does unbelievable. He has unbelievable singing voice. Just some great songs in this film. And the vampires, they get some really good songs in. Holy man, I could listen to the soundtrack over and over and over. Ryan Coogler was just cooking up here. Just, oh my gosh, this soundtrack is a banger. I just needed to say that right now because, yeah. And I like how this movie actually, like, it doesn't really focus on the vampire horror stuff. Because I didn't really find the film scary, and I'm fine with that, honestly. But it really focuses on the music and like how it's like a cultural thing or whatever, and it really focuses on that, and I actually really like that. So it's one of the most like creative vampire films out there. It's not just generic. They have a party, oh my gosh, vampires come, people are dying, it's an hour and 20 minutes. No, this is a well over 2 hour film. Oh, not well over, but like it's 2 hour and like 10-minute movie. And it really, really likes to focus in on that soundtrack and that music, that and it's just, yeah, it's great. Great stuff. But anyway, so then like there's this one girl who actually makes a really dumb decision because there's a scene online where like the big dude who's watching the door takes a leak, and then yeah, the vampires get him. He comes back and he's like he needs to ask permission to go inside. Vampires have to ask permission to go into someone's house. So then he starts doing that and stuff, and then like he says, "Can I at least have my money?" Because they don't trust him. They're on to him that he's a vampire. So then, like, he tries to kill Smoke, but then he shoots him in the head. Doesn't really do anything. But yeah, then this one dumb girl just decides, because the main guy's, like, asking, "Come on, let me in. If you don't, I'll kill your daughter." and her husband was already like turned into a vampire. So the girl's just like, "Come on in, I'm gonna kill you." So then she lets him in. She dies. Smoke's wife, I think it was his wife or was his girlfriend. Not totally sure. Some people say it's his girlfriend. Some say it's his wife. I need to actually see the movie again. I would love to see it in theaters again. But anyway, she gets killed, bro. She got the shotgun stuff, but she gets killed. The cousin's like girlfriend, she turns into a vampire. But the Smoke's wife, he decides to kill her so that she doesn't turn into a vampire. Okay. There's this other music dude. I think he's like the best. He's like the funniest guy in the movie. I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who also plays the music, he is hilarious in this movie. And his acting was really good. But then yeah, he gets killed. So then it's down. Then we get the battle of the brothers, Smoke and Stack. I mean, because obviously Stack's the vampire, and Smoke is they're just fighting. Stack's trying to kill him and turn into a vampire. So it's an awesome battle. That was like sick, and we don't really find out what happened until that post-credit scene because it looked like that he killed him. He actually didn't. You have to see the post-credit scene or the mid-credit scene, whatever. So then they leave. They survive. Stuff like that. He tells the cousin to get out of there. So then it finds out that this one guy who, like the twist is, this one guy who sold them the place that they had the party in the beginning of the film, like the first scene of the movie, basically, other than like the explanation to like the music stuff and like the flashback part in the church. Other than that stuff, yeah, like other than that stuff, it's like the first scene where they buy the place. But yeah, he comes there with a bunch of his men, and bro, Smoke comes out, kicking freaking butt and just shooting them with a drum gun, Tommy gun, whatever you want to call it, killing all of them. That was awesome, bro. The action in this movie is slick, honestly. It's sick, awesome, whatever you want to call it, amazing. Loved the action in that final scene where you're like throwing bombs in cars, shooting people. Freaking awesome. That is what I'm talking about, baby. Yes. So that was sick. And then it basically ends, and like the credits are just like travels. I forget what year, but it's really, I think Smoke is probably dead by then. But the cousin's like, he's a lot older. He's like in his 70s. He's still performing music. Then the post-credit scene happens where like Stack is still alive. Same with Haley Steinfeld's character Mary. They come in. They just talk about what happened. How Smoke's like said, promise that you will not ruin the cousin's life. So he promised, and he let him go. So yeah. So that's really all my positives, man. But yeah, that's a lot of positives. I was talking for a long time there because yes, the positives. Just holy crap, this movie is incredible. Action's awesome. Vampires, love them. And yeah, bro, I'm like, this is on my Blu-ray buy list. Once this comes out on Blu-ray, I am buying it immediately. But yeah, all my positives. Talked for a long time. Let's get to the negatives. Now, I talked for way too long on the positives. But as you can tell, I love this movie, and I only have 2 negatives. Not even bad negatives. Like, the negatives are nothing bad about the movie. It's just something I kind of wish they could have done. First one is Haley Steinfeld's character Mary. I think that she's just, since like at the end credits goes like after it says like the director and all like the producers and costume designers stuff, like it goes to Michael B. Jordan and then Haley Steinfeld and stuff. Yeah, she's a really big name, but still, like, she didn't have that big of a role in the movie, and I kind of wish they like gave her a bigger role. And once she turns into a vampire, you don't really get to see her much because the main vampire is taking up much of the screen time. I'm not upset about that because, again, he gave an amazing performance as the main vampire. He was creepy. He was just a really interesting vampire. He's the one who like started it all. Not like started the entire vampire thing, but like he's the one who started all the people turning into vampires at the parties. So, but anyway, yeah, it's giving him that. Even the big guy, he's getting more the screen time there more than Haley Steinfeld's character. So I wish Haley Steinfeld as Mary got more of a screen time. And like they killed her off right away. Like the party starts, then after like 20 minutes, maybe not even 20 minutes, but like after they tell her to go talk to them because they wouldn't leave, she does, and they turn her into a vampire. And actually, they didn't even like show her get killed. Like you see her walking away because like she tells that they're vampires, grabs the gun, like starts walking away. Then one of them starts flying at her, and then it just cuts away. And then next time we see her, she's just going in like she's fine. And then and then she eventually kills Stacker, turns him into a vampire. But anyway, I wish they didn't kill her off so quick, and like we had more time to get used to this character. And I wish we kind of like showed them like when they're recruiting everybody, or getting them to go to the party, inviting. They talked to her a little bit more. She got more screen time as a vampire. So that's my one negative. I have another one, but my like one bigger negative. It's not really a bad thing that Haley Steinfeld got more screen time. Other one is the film takes a while, as I said before. My positives that it takes a while to like get set up. I originally thought going into this within 30 minutes we'd get some vampires killing people. No. You have to wait like an hour and 30 minutes to actually get to the vampire action stuff. And the vampires, they don't have that much screen time. They only have like 30 to 40 minutes of this, of like surviving, but then that's it. The other like hour and a half is just them getting ready for the party, maybe a couple like action sequences there, here and there, getting introduced to all these characters, stuff like that. And I wish the film was longer when the vampires were attacking, and more of that was going to all that. Like an hour of recruiting everybody, then the next hour them trying to survive from the vampires. That's what I wish. It didn't happen. It just takes a while to get. It's just introducing all these characters, recruiting or inviting, whatever you want to say, to get to go to the party, to set up everything. So yeah, it just does that for like an hour and 30 minutes. Wish it did that for maybe an hour, maybe even 40 minutes. Then the rest of the film was vampire action. But I'm still more than happy with what we got with the vampires. So yeah, those are only my two negatives. So yeah, let's go to the ratings. Alright, so I'm going to give Sinners a 9 out of 10. I thought this film was amazing. I absolutely loved this film. It's 100% my favorite of the year, one of my favorites of the decade, and one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I absolutely loved this movie. And go check it out if you haven't already. And this is just a movie you will have a blast with. So yeah, that's why I'm giving Sinners a 9 out of 10.